Morning, all of you. I'm Srinivas Reddy, Associate Professor of Mathematics, Government College, Ramanapet. Today, we'll talk on what is the meaning of the dual domain and field and prime ideal and maximal ideal and some more things. See, what is a field means? Field means a commutative ring or with unity is called field if every non-zero element of R is a unit. A commutative ring with unity is called a field if every non-zero element of R is a unit. That means R is a ring and it has a multiplicativity 1 and satisfies commutative property, that is A into B equal to B into A. And every non-zero element is a unit. That means every non-zero element of R has a multiplicative inverse in R. So a commutative ring or with unity is called a field if every non-zero element of R has a multiplicative inverse in R. So finally, simple, a ring R is called, we know that ring means uh, R is called, an anonymity set R is called ring with respect to two binary operations. If with respect to addition and multiplication, if R plus is an abelian group, R into semi group, and it satisfies what is called distributive laws. Ring is called field. Number one, it is commutative ring. You know that A into B equals B for all A B plus R. And it has a unity. That means it has a multiplicative identity. There exists one plus star, one into A equal A into one equal A, and satisfies inverse property. With respect to multiplication, every non-zero element has inverse. That is, for every A not equal to 0, there exists A inverse plus that A into A inverse A equal to 1. Or we can write like this: there exists a B plus star, A into B equal to B into A equal to 1. So in that case, we write A inverse equal to B. Simple example, we see the ring of integers, the ring of rational numbers is a field because in the rational numbers, we know that A into B equal to B into A, A into B equal to B into A, and only A into B equal to B into A, and for 1 belongs to K, for 1 belongs to Q, here only not, it is not equal to 1, it is A B equal to B A. For 1 belongs to Q and 1 into A equal to A into 1, that equal A for all A belongs to Q. So there exists for every A not equal to 0, A inverse 1 by A. So A into 1 by A, 1 by A into equal to A equal to 1. So what is the inverse of A is 1 by A. So for example, 2 belongs to Q, 1 by 2 also. Similarly, the ring of real numbers, ring of complex numbers is also a field. So simple example is rational numbers, real numbers, and complex numbers are fields with respect to addition, usual addition. And we know that already. We know that when you say ring is called with zero device, there exists A not equal to 0, B not equal to 0, such that A into B equals 0. We know that Z6 is a ring with zero device because in Z6, 2 not equal to 0, 3 not equal to 0, 2 into 3 is 0 because 2 into 3 is 6. The remainder when 6 is divided by 6 is 0. So Z6 is a ring with zero device. Without zero device means for every a ring R has no zero device if for any A B belongs to us, whenever A B equals 0, A equals 0 or B equals 0. Or for all A not equal 0, for all B not equal 0 implies A B not equal. This is the ring has no zero device. Integral domain means a commutative ring with unity and it has no zero device. So first, when you say ring is called integral domain, if it is commutative ring, that means A into B equal to B into A. And as a unity, that means it has a multiplicative identity. That is one exists and has no zero device. So this can be written as like this: a ring R is called integral domain if A into B equal to B into A for all A B belongs to R. And two, there exists it has a multiplicative identity. That means with the unity means it has a multiplicative identity. There exists one belongs to R, so that 1 into A equal to A into 1 equal to 1 for all A belongs to R. And it has no zero device means for any A comma B belongs to R, so that A whenever A B equals 0, this implies either A equals 0 or B equals 0. So for simple example, ring of integers is an integral domain because since A into B equal to B into A for all A belongs to, because 2 into, for example, 2 into 3 equals 3 into 2. And multiplied into 1 is there, 1 into A equal to A into 1 equal to A. And whenever A B equals 0, either A are 0, B are 0 because for the integers. But ring of integer, the ring Z6 is not integral domain because it has a zero device. Because for 2 not equal to 0, 3 not equal to 0, 2 into 3 is 0. Because 2 into 3 means 6. The remainder when 6 is divided by 6 is 0. So finally, field means a commutative ring with unity and every non-zero element every non-zero element is a unit. That means every non-zero element of R has a multiplicative inverse in R. And integral domain means a commutative ring with unity and has no zero base. So the ring is called integral domain. It is commutative and it has multiplicated and no zero base. See some theorems. We see. Okay. First we see. Show that every field, the ring of integers is not a field because since every non-zero element of Z has no multiplicative inverse Z. Since 2 belongs to Z, multiplicative inverse of 2 is 1/2 doesn't belong to Z. So 2 is not unit. 2 has no multiplicative inverse. So that's why Z is not a field because Z is not a field. In Z, only 1 and minus have only multiplicative inverse. Remaining elements have no inverse. Because, for example, if you take 3, multiplicative inverse of 3 is 1/3. 1/3 is not in Z. One theorem show that every field is an integral domain is the converse. Or in other words, a field has no, so that a field has no zero dividers. Let R be a field. So what is the by definition of the field? We know that it is a commutative ring with unity, and every non-zero element is a unit. That means every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse. So field means this commutative ring with unity, and every non-zero element is a unit. What is the integral domain means? By definition, it is a commutative ring with unit and has no zero divisors. So in field already, field means commutative ring with unity. To show it is an integral domain, to show R is an integral domain, it is enough to show it has no difference because already field means it is a commutative ring with unity. So it is enough to show it has no zero divisors. So it is enough to show R has no divisors. Let A be belongs to R. Zero divisor, no zero divisor means can show it has no zero means whenever A into B equals 0, either A equals 0 or B equals 0. Let A be belongs to R such that A B equals 0. Suppose A equals 0, there is nothing to prove. Suppose A not equal 0. So A is a unit. Every non-zero element is a unit. That means A has a multiplicative inverse. There exists A unit means it has a multiplicative inverse. So there exists A inverse belongs also that A into A inverse equal to A inverse A equal to 1. So apply both sides A inverse A, A inverse A, A inverse 0. So A inverse A is 1, B equal 0. Therefore, if A not equal 0, B equal 0, R has no zero. Every field is an integral. So here field definition means a commutative ring with unity and every non-zero element is a unit. Integral domain means commutative ring with unity and has no zero divisors. So to show R is an integral domain, it is enough to show no zero divisors. No zero divisors means we have to show whenever AB equals 0 for AB belongs to R, it is enough to show either A equals 0 or B equals. Suppose A not equal 0. So here every by definition of integral, by definition of field, every non-zero element is a unit. Unit means it has a multiplicative inverse. There exists A inverse plus plus as a A into A inverse A equal 1. So therefore A B equals 0 implies apply A inverse. B equals 0. R has no zero divisors. So converse of this theorem need not be. That is every, already we have shown every field is an integral domain, but converse of this theorem is not because every integral domain need not be. For example, the ring of integers is an integral domain, but not a field. Why? Because every non-zero element has not a multiplicative. For example, 2 is not a unit because the multiplication of 2 is 1/2 doesn't belong to 2. already we have seen here. The ring of integers is not a field because every non-zero element has no multiplicative inverse. For example, if you take 2, what is the multiplication inverse of 2? 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is not inside. That's why 2 has no multiplicative inverse inside. Similarly, multiplicative inverse of 3, 1 by 3. In Z only 2 elements have multiplicative inverse, 1 and then minus 1 only. The remaining elements are not units. That's why it is not a field. This is a simple example for the if an integral domain is a field. So pyramidal. Pyramidal means already we know ideal means a subset of R is called ideal of ring R if for any xy belongs to M plus x minus y belongs to A. For R belongs to R, x belongs to A, Rx XR belongs to A, then we say that A is called I. When you say ideal is called pyramidal, and proper ideal A of commutative ring R is called prime ideal of R. If for any AB belongs to R, so that whenever AB belongs to A implies either A in A or B in A, then we say that A is called prime ideal of R. So when you say an ideal is called prime ideal of commutative ring R, if for any AB belongs to R, so that whenever AB belongs to A implies either A in A or B in A. So AB belongs to A implies either A belongs to A or B belongs to A. So maximal ideal means and proper ideal A of a commutative ring R is called maximal, is called here, it is missed. And proper ideal A of a commutative ring R is called maximal if for any ideal B of R such that A is subset of B subset of R implies whenever A is subset of B subset of R implies either A equal to B or B equal to R. So when you say an ideal is called maximal, if B is any ideal of R such that whenever A is subset of B subset of R implies either A equal to B or B equal to R. So an ideal A of A is called maximal ideal. That means if there is no ideal between an ideal A of A is called maximal of a ring R. If there is no ideal between A and R, there is no ideal between A and R which contains A and subset of R. See one important theorem. So let R be a commutative ring with unity and A is the ideal of R, then show that R by is a field if and only if A is max. This is the one important theorem. Let A be a, so first part I will take, first I will take R by A is field and show A is maximum. Let A be ideal of commutative ring R. Let A be ideal of commutative ring R. So let R by A is a field. So part one, I take first R by A is a field. I show A is maximum. A is maximum. So to show A is maximum, what is the definition of maximum ideal? If B is any ideal, B is any ideal of R such that A is subset of B subset of R, either A equal to B or B equal to. So now I have to show A is maximum. To show this, let B is any ideal of so okay. Let R by E is a field part one. Now we have to show A is maximum. By definition, let take B be any ideal of R so that A is subset of B is subset of. Take B be any ideal of R so that A is subset of B is subset of. Now we have to show A is maximal, either A equal to B or B equal to R. Suppose A not equal to B. Suppose A not equal to B. So already A is subset of B. So A not equal to B implies B is not subset of A because since A is already subset of A. Suppose if B is subset of A, already A is subset of B, A is equal to B. That's why since A not equal to B implies B not subset of A because A is subset of A. So A is B is not subset of A means B is not subset of A means there exists at least one element B belongs to B such that B doesn't belong to A because B is not subset of A. That B belongs to B and B doesn't belong to A. That means B plus A not equal to A. That means B plus A is non-zero element because R by A means all left cosets. So B plus A is a left coset, non-zero left coset because 0 plus A is the zero element in the R by A. So B plus A not equal to A implies since R by A is field. Field means it is a commutative ring with unity and every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse. So since R by A is a field, B plus A has a multiplicative inverse. Every element, every non-zero element of R by A has a multiplicative inverse in R by A. So let inverse of B plus A is left coset C plus A. There exists C plus A belongs to R by A. So then B plus A, C plus A equal 1 plus A. Here identity, multiplicative identity is 1 plus A. Here multiplication in general, in 1 is the multiplicative identity in R by A, 1 plus A is left coset is the multiplicative identity. Therefore, there is a C plus A R by A so that B plus A, C plus A equal to 1 plus A. So this can be written as B plus A and C plus A is C plus A that equal to 1 plus. So BC plus A equal to 1 plus A, therefore this is BC minus 1 belongs to A. And A is subset of B, this belongs to B. Again, B belongs to B and C belongs to R plus BC belongs to B because since B is ideal, what is the ideal definition? The ideal definition, whenever XY belongs to B, X minus Y is also in B. And whenever XY belongs to B plus X minus Y belongs to B, and for all R belongs to R, X belongs to B plus RX belongs to B because B is an ideal, because B is an element of B, C is an element of R, it is an ideal of R, therefore BC belongs to B. Therefore B is ideal, since B is ideal of R. Again, BC comma BC minus 1 belongs to B. Therefore BC minus BC minus 1 belongs to B. Therefore 1 belongs to B. Therefore this implies B equal to R. This implies B equal to R. Since B is ideal of R and 1 belongs to B, one theorem is there. If it is an ideal of R and multiplicative identity 1 belongs to B, then B equal to R. Therefore, B equal to R. Finally, we are getting, so whenever A not equal to B, automatically B equal to R. So therefore, A is maximum ideal of R. So the definition is whenever A is subset of B, is subset of A is equal to B or B equal to R. So A not equal to B implies we are getting B equal to R. So therefore, A is maximum ideal of R. And we see another second part too. Let A is the maximal ideal of R. Now we have to show R by A is a field. Since R is commutative ring with unity, R by A is also commutative ring with unity. So because it is an ideal, A is ideal, so R is commutative ring. This is also commutative ring. First, it is an ideal, so R by A is a ring. It is commutative. It is commutative ring. It is unity because 1 is a multiplicative identity in R, then 1 plus A is a multiplicative identity. So to show R by A is a field, it is enough to show. Already we got it. It is a commutative ring with unity. It is enough to show every non-zero element has a every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse R by. Let B plus A not equal to A. Here in actually zero element in R by A. R by A means all left cosets. All left cosets R plus A. Zero element in R by A is taken in place of small r with 0. 0 plus A that equal A. So let B plus A not equal A. That means B plus A is a non-zero element in R by A. So B plus A not equal to A implies so B plus A not equal to A plus B doesn't belong to A. Now generated by B. This is multiples of B, R, B, R belongs to A. It is an ideal of R because R is a commutative ring. So generated by B, R, B, R belongs to A is an ideal of R. So A is ideal, generated by B is ideal, A plus B is also an ideal of R. Therefore, since A is ideal of R, generated by B is ideal, so A plus B is also an ideal. We know that A, suppose A comma B R, two ideals, then A plus B is also ideal. Here generator B is an ideal, A is ideal, this is ideal. Therefore, A plus generator B is also an ideal. So finally, you are getting A is subset of A plus generator B. This is subset of R because it is an ideal. But A not equal to A plus generated by B because B is in A plus generated by, but B doesn't belong to A. B is not in A, but B belongs to A plus generated by. Because if you take 1 belongs to R, 0 plus 1 be written as 0 belongs to A. This belongs to A. It is a multiple of B. 1 is a multiple of B, so generated of B. So therefore B can be written as B plus 0 plus 1 that belongs to A plus generated by. And B doesn't belong to A. So these two are not equal because B doesn't belong to A and B belongs to C. These two are not equal. So since A is maximum ideal, what is the definition of maximum ideal? Whenever A is subset of B subset of R, either A equal to B or B equal to R. Either A equal to B or B equal to R. So these two are not equal. A not equal to B plus B equal to R. In place of B, A plus generated by B is there. A plus generated by B equal to R. Therefore, 1 belongs to R in place. These two are equal. 1 belongs to A plus generated by B. For 1 equal to A plus R B, for some A belongs to A, and for some R belongs to R. So this is commutative because R is a ring, R is commutative. So you can write 1 equal to R plus B, RB plus A. 1 plus A equal to RB plus A plus A. So RB plus A plus A. Since A belongs to A, so therefore this implies A plus A equal to A. Therefore, RB plus A, this can be written as 1 plus A, R plus A into B plus A, that equal to, since it is commutative, so B plus A into R plus A. So finally, what is the inverse of B plus A is R plus A, small r plus A. Therefore, R by A is F. Simple this one. Once again, we see. It is commutative ring, implies R is commutative ring, within it implies R by is also commutative ring between it. To show it is a field, it is enough to show every non-zero element has a multiplication to inverse. That B plus A not equal to A, B doesn't belong to A. Therefore, generator B is an ideal of R. Therefore, A plus generator B is also an ideal of R. Since A is ideal of R, A is subset of A plus generator B subset of. These two are not equal because B is not in A, and but B belongs to A plus generated by B because B can be written as 0 plus 1, B 0 belongs to A and 1 into B belongs generated. So these two are not equal since it is an maximal ideal. Maximal ideal means whenever A is subset of B subset of R implies if either A equal to B or B equal to R. These two are not equal, these two are equal. A plus generated by B equal to R. So since 1 belongs to R implies 1 belongs to A plus generated by B, 1 can be written as A plus RB. So this can be written as RB plus A. Therefore, 1 plus A equal to RB plus A plus A. RB plus A. So R plus A into B plus A. Therefore, that equal to B plus A into R plus A. Therefore, multiplicative inverse of B plus A is R plus A. And last one. Another important theorem. See, in the ring of integers, in the ring of Z of integers, the ideal generated by prime number is max. The ideal generated by prime number is max. So let M is equal to generated by P, generated by prime number is an ideal of Z. Let M is generated by prime number is an ideal of Z. So now we have to show M is maximal. B is generated by some Q because every ideal of Z is a maximal ideal. Every ideal of Z is a principal ideal. It generates some element. So let B be ideal of R such that M is subset of B subset of R. So generated by P subset of generated of Q subset of Z. Since P belongs to generated by P, so P equal to RQ for some because generated by Q means it is a multiples of Q. So P equal to RQ for some R belongs to R. Since P is prime number The prime number means the divisors of P are 1 and P itself. For example, 5 is a prime number because the divisors of 5 are 1 and 5 only. But 6 is not a prime number because 6 has divisors other than 1 and 6. So 2, 3 also divisor. So when you say P is called prime, if it has only the divisors 1 and itself, since P is prime, R is equal to 1 or Q is equal to 1. If R equal to 1, then P equal to Q. This can be written as generated by P equal to generated by Q, that is this plus M equal to B. If Q is equal to 1, then B equal to generated by Q, that is generated by 1, that equal to Z. M is the maximal ideal of Z. Q is equal to 1, B is generated by Q because Z can be written as generated by 1. So that's why M is maximal ideal of 1. Also, reverse is also true because what is that? Suppose if it is a M is a maximal ideal of ring Z, then it is generated by some prime number. This can be also we see in the next class. So finally, a field means a commutator ring with unity, and every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse. And integral domain means every commutator ring with unity, a commutator ring with unity, and has no zero divisors. See some more theorems in the next class. Okay. Some more theorems we'll see next.